Hey, 8:25 now is the one and only of Brewer and Shipley. Michael Brewer is on the line. Good morning, Michael. Thanks for coming on this morning.
Good morning to you.
Here on 420. So right off the bat, we all were wondering, what is the significance of 420? Why is April 20th and then 420 in the afternoon for marijuana enthusiasts? Why is that such a big deal?
Well, to the best of my knowledge, it all started at UCLA a long time ago. At 420 is when everybody would get out of class and congregate in the commons and burn one.
Yeah.
And the phrase just became popular, I guess. That's what I've been told anyway.
You know what's so funny is we ran down about a half a dozen different stories about how that came to be, and that wasn't one of them. We
Really?
just got
You're
another
kidding me.
one. Yeah, that's funny.
Well, listen, a lot is changing in the marijuana world, and we're seeing legalization. Is it Netflix or HBO has a series that's on? I've been watching a little bit of that out of the Denver, Colorado area where it's been legalized. What are your thoughts on the legalization of marijuana?
Well, if you'll pardon the expression, it's high time. It should have happened a very long time ago. I remember a lot of us back in the 60s thinking, well, it won't be long now.
Yeah.
And I'm just astounded that it's taken this long for any of the laws to be changed, because it never should have been illegal in the first place. It's not a drug. It's an herb. It's been used for millennia by people all over the planet for spiritual reasons, medical reasons, and it's just it's way past time for the laws to change. I don't know why the debate is still going on.
You talk about, I've heard from many people who are enthusiasts that didn't want to see it legalized because the fear that, all of a sudden the government was going to be taxing it, and sure enough, the price is going to go up. And I guess that's kind of what has happened. At the same time, do you welcome regulation? I mean, there are stories of buying marijuana on the street, and maybe it's laced in something. And so what are your thoughts on all of that?
Well, I think it's a good idea to tax it, I also think that the American farmer should be allowed to grow hemp again, I have an old poster from World War II. It said, "Grow hemp for the war." George Washington grew hemp. Everything used to be made from hemp.
Yeah.
The word canvas comes from cannabis. It would just save the American farmer. It would do so much for the economy of our nation to legalize it and regulate it and tax it. So I'm all for it.
Yeah, I was looking here at your. You guys. This song. How did it all? Obviously, it had to do with, the period of time that you guys were living in, and it was certainly popular. How did you come up with it, and did you ever expect it to go as big as it ended up going?
Well, we literally wrote it one night, just goofing around, just entertaining ourselves and writing something to make our friends laugh. We didn't take it seriously at all. And the first time we played Carnegie Hall, we opened for Melanie, and we went over quite well. We got multiple encores and basically ran out of songs. So we said, well, let's do that new song. And we did, and everybody loved it. And the president of the record company we were with at the time, Neil Bogart, for Buddha Records. Bogart, that's pretty funny, come to think of it. Anyway, Neil Bogart came backstage, and he said, "Oh, you guys, you got to record that. You got to add it to the LP." We were working on an album called Tarkio at the time, and it really kind of surprised us because, like I said, we really didn't even take the song seriously.
Yeah.
So we recorded it, and next thing we know, they released it as a single, and it goes shooting up the charts, and we were in big trouble with the Nixon administration.
Yeah, think about that. It was and even as late as the Reagan administration, it was thought of as being this terrible gateway drug.
Well, it's just ridiculous. It's not a gateway drug. But anyway, we made Nixon's hate list, and Vice President Agnew named us personally on national TV one night as subversives to American youth because of what took over the line. And I'd like to take this opportunity, come to think of it, to apologize to your listening audience for ruining so many lives in their youth with our evil song.
Listen,
what was so ridiculous about the whole thing was, at the same time, Lawrence Welk performed the song and referred to it as a modern-day spiritual.
Wow.
It's on YouTube. You got to check it out. It's hysterical.
That is, I'm going to go find that. Andrew, see if you can find that and send me a link. I want to play that.
Yeah, we'll just go to YouTube and type in "Token with Lawrence Welk," and there it is.
That is stinking funny.
Yeah, we were in London at the time, so we didn't even believe it. You know, we didn't see it. We didn't even believe it. You got to be kidding me, Lawrence Welk. No, what? And it took us 36 years, but we got a copy of it and put it on YouTube. I think it's closing in on about 1 million hits now. It's pretty funny.
So
wow.
So what do I search? Token with...
Token with Lawrence Welk.
Okay.
All right, see if you can you find it so you play it off your computer? I'd like to. Listen, I wanted to ask you, Casey Kasem had just reached his real big peak out of the 60s into the 70s, doing American Top 40. And, of course, you guys reached the top 10. What was it like, and did you ever get to hear Casey Kasem introducing your song?
I did, actually. I've heard him introduce it, yeah.
That's just so funny. I mean, because he was kind of straight-laced,
Oh, yeah. It kind of falls into the same category as Lawrence Welk to me. It's weird. But you got to remember too, that's when the Nixon administration had the FCC threatening radio stations with their licenses if they didn't censor so-called road lyrics. Yeah. And to us, that was like burning books. It was just ridiculous. And Puff the Magic Dragon was on that list. Even it was silly. It was crazy.
Do you have the Lawrence Welk? Somebody have it? Yeah. We can. Let's listen into a little Lawrence Welk with One Took Over the Line here.
And I apologize because I don't know where this is.
Thank you very much. Now, here's an attractive couple, Gail Farrell from Durant, Oklahoma, Dick Dale from Algona, Iowa. Excuse me. Let's listen to Gail and Dale and one of the newer songs.
It looks like he was...
This is so funny.
One toke over the line, sweet Jesus. One toke over the line. Sitting downtown.
Now, I got to tell you, it certainly helped with the word Jesus, sweet Jesus in the song. There's no doubt.
That's got to be why you refer at the end of it. Lawrence Welk goes, yes, the modern day spiritual. Yeah, too funny.
So that's at the end. That's at the very end of the song.
Yeah, at the very end. Yeah, he refers to it as a modern day spiritual. Well, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
And Dale.
Okay, rewind that just a little bit. Listen in. Here it is.
And there you heard a modern spiritual by Gail and Dale.
They even modulate it at one point. It's just it's hysterical.
That is awesome. So listen, we could talk all day long here, and your website is brewerandshipley.com. Am I correct in saying you can actually get a free download of the website?
You can. You can go to our website and get a free download of, I'm not even sure how many songs or whatever. But, I would suggest go to the website and check it out. It's got multiple pages of things to look at and read and pictures and stories and stuff. And please do.
Really cool. And, by the way, you guys will be celebrating a big anniversary coming up, right?
We'll be together 50 years next year. Good Lord, how did that happen?
And you're still performing all over the place? Do you still?
We are. Yeah, we don't tour like we used to, of course, but we do shows. And, in fact, we're going to be back up in Alaska next month. That's a tour we've done about 6 times now. And ironically, talk about times changing, all of the shows are fundraisers for state troopers, police, and fire departments.
Wow.
Every night from stage, I always say, 40 years ago, we were afraid of you guys, and now here we are raising money for you. And we have a T-shirt, Brewer and Shipley, more tokes for old folks. This is pretty funny. And it's so bizarre selling those things and autographing things for the cops and their wives and having your picture taken. We've never been around more friendly, uniformed police officers in our lives. It's too funny.
Well, really cool. So who knows? Maybe we'll see you down this way in Central New York at some point. So.
Well, I hope you do. We'd like to come back and play that area. We haven't been there in a long time.
Michael Brewer, Brewer and Shipley, celebrating that big anniversary coming up next year. Again, thanks for coming on. We'll talk to you again next year, I think. Andrew loves booking you, so let's do it.
Okay. Well, happy 420, everybody.
All right. Have a great day.